Hello. I guess stay hydrated first. Hi, this is Future Editing Foo. I thought it would have been a great idea to use the iPhone as a microphone, but I forgot I don't have a pop filter. So we'll be hearing a lot of those puffy, poppy sound, and I apologize in advance. I still think it's a better audio quality than the one from the camera, so you just have to deal with it. Hello. I just purchased a new camera off eBay, and I have a lot of thoughts about my whole videography journey up until now. So I've picked up my current camera and we're just going to talk about it. I feel like I have a lot of love for videography. It's kind of weird. I don't wear it on my sleeves as much. And I think it's about time I kind of share that love and passion for it and just kind of put it out there. So earlier, I was on eBay and I was looking for this camera that I've been eyeing for a while. It is the Sony ZV-E10. I was going to save up for a new one, but then I figured I don't really need a new one. Let me just go on eBay and see if anyone has something that is like barely used and I can just snag it up for cheaper. And that's what I did. A new one after tax without the lens would have cost me like $760, and I got this off for like $650, which apparently was used once, and I'm happy about it. And it really reminded me a lot of when I first got this camera that I'm using, the Canon G7X, and how great of an experience that was. So that really got me thinking about how I started this whole love for making videos, and I just want to go back in time and just reminisce a little bit, I guess growing up, I've always enjoyed watching videos. I grew up in an era where YouTube was just coming up and you watch all this, videos that made by like random strangers on the internet. And then I'm sure a lot of people, of my age have done this as well. But at a young age, I've always enjoyed making short films, making short videos. For a while, I was very into Transformers. So, watching a lot of Transformer, like stop motion videos, I would make them on my own using like my parents' point and shoot camera. I think it was like an Olympus camera. It's like a white one. I think it's probably still around in my home. And I'll make them, upload it to YouTube. And then when I got my iPod Touch, I would also film myself kind of talking, ranting about stuff, and I'll edit on my iPod natively with iMovie. I've also used Windows Movie Maker in the past. And eventually I did save up from working at Burger Lab to get one of those GoPro knockoffs, those SJ Cam, I think it's 4,000. And I've shot videos on that as well. You can check it out. Early on my channel, there's a couple of videos that were shot on that. And the quality wasn't the greatest, but I did enjoy having some sort of camera that I can play with, because I was never one of those kids that was spoiled by their parents with like a DSLR. I don't know how these people get it. Like you go to school or like you go to events, they're like, yeah, I have a DSLR. My parents got it for me. It's like a few grand. I'm like, where the fuck do you get the money from? And I was never spoiled like that, which was good because that means I had to work hard to get my own camera, to get my own gear. And, it obviously came with jealousy. Like I look at some people, I'm like, you don't deserve that camera. What the fuck are you doing with that? But anyways, eventually when I transferred to the States in Wisconsin when I was in college, the first year, that summer, 2018, I really wanted to step it up, right? I had the knockoff GoPro, but I really wanted a camera, and I always have. And I just wanted to just make videos, vlog, and whatnot. And, instead of spending that money on my own to get those expensive gear, I figured I would just apply to this job, this on-campus job. It's a videographer position. It's called Recreation and Wellbeing of the University of Wisconsin. Madison, and it was great because they had all the fun gimbals and stuff like that, and I figured I could use those. I could learn, I could edit videos. It's my dream job. And so I remember very explicitly, applying for the job. getting very excited when I got the email to interview with them. I still have the screenshot because I saw in my photos and my gallery that day. I'll probably put on a screen somewhere. And when I went to interview, I think I felt like it went well. So right afterwards, I went home. I pulled the trigger and I got this camera off eBay. It was a used camera. I think got it for like $300 or $350 at the time. It's a Canon G7X Mark 1, not even 2, because the Mark 2 was a very popular camera at the time for like vloggers and stuff like that. I think it probably had Mark 3 at that point. And when it shipped, I did a whole unboxing video. I think I probably still have the clip somewhere, shot on my iPhone, and I was really excited. So a lot of the videos that I've shot on this channel were all made from this. A lot of good memories, a lot of just great stuff shot on this. A lot of them are not even edited. They're just sitting on my hard disk. And it's been 4 years since then, 2018. It's been great. And it's a shame. Lately I just haven't been able to shoot videos. But now that I think back of all of this, earlier when I was buying the camera, it reminded me a lot of that, right? Obviously now I have a job. It's easier for me to save up and buy these kind of gear and enable me to do these hobbies. And I'm very grateful for that. But I'm also intentionally not trying to aim for like the best gear, like the best of the best. I don't need like a Sony A7 III's or whatever, because I feel like that at that point when you're spending like $3 or $4 on like a camera, well, number one, I don't have the money to do that. I could, but I think that's a lot. But also I want something that's more like a small form factor, and I really want to emphasize the fact that it's about how you shoot it and what you use with it rather than what gear that you have. And I think that has been very, transparent with my videography journey so far. So I'm just very excited. I'm very excited to get this camera. I think I'll be able to push even more boundaries, make even greater videos, and do the things that I enjoy. And I just want to take this moment and, again, just be grateful for the fact that I can just do things like this. I think in an alternate universe, I would have been a videographer. There's always this concern about, well, if you tie a passion with your job, it gets in this slippery slope. But I remember when I was working as a videographer at the, recreation wellbeing department, pay was really it never really crossed my mind. I always tell people I have this job as a videographer. I check my bank account every year to 2 weeks, and I get surprised that I even get paid because it's such a fun thing to do, going out, shoot stuff, edit stuff. And like I said, I've just been pretty busy, pretty occupied with a lot of things. But I'm excited to be working on art again. I think it definitely is a very time-consuming process, but I think it's in the best way possible. So whenever this camera comes, I'll be back shooting stuff again. I'm excited. And that's what this video is about. I really thought this video was going to be like one take, barely any cuts. But I went off this tangent and I just lost my train of thoughts. And I just really couldn't put together what I was trying to say. But anyways, look, again, super stoked for this camera. Excited. We'll make great stuff. And hopefully you guys get to see these great stuff eventually. But yeah, cool. See you guys in the next video.